used to come see me literally every single day, so I was chilling. I was like,
so he came up every day? Every visit?
For the first year, he came literally every single day. When you're in a match, you have a visit every day, except it alters on the weekends, Saturday or Sunday. So literally the first year,
how far is Bedford Hills from?
It's about 45 to an hour, depending on traffic.
So he was one of them every day, like coming up there.
Yeah, so like, I mean, it got to a point where I had to tell him like, yo, like, I'm good. I'm alright. Like, and I guess like when he believed it, like that was alright, and I was like, he was like, alright, cool. And then he'll come like a little bit less. He'll come like 3 times a week, or like, you know. But it still seemed like he was there a lot. I spoke to him literally every day. I don't think a day went by unless I was locked out. I didn't speak to him on the phone every day.
When you first got locked up, you and Pat wasn't married yet.
No.
Did you know that he was going to be there and stand up the way he stood up?
No. What? I didn't know.
No, I'm just saying.
What do you think made him like such a good support system to you? Like, why did he, on his end, like, why do you think he stood by you like that?
I mean, if I had to take a guess, I'm fire.
Charleston White is one of those men who I consider qualified to speak on people's marriage because he's married. And never have we heard about his marital problems on the internet. One thing that is wrong with many celebrities is the urge to bring their issues in front of the world because of the clout they can get off it. But seems to be a bad idea at this point, because all I can hear in Remy's voice is, why will Papoose divorce me and get married to Claressa Shields? This, how a woman thinks, and what their emotions speaks inside of their heart, especially when they know they are about to lose a good man who really loves them. Well, Charleston White has spoken several times about this situation, and he breaks down what really happened and how love can turn red for celebrities. Charleston did this interview with Say Cheese TV, and you can go check him out on his channel and subscribe to him. Let me get y'all the clips. Kindly smash the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Do you feel like, it's crazy I'm mentioning this now because Jeezy and his wife divorced after 2 years. Tiana Taylor and Iman Shumpert, they divorced. Well, they split up. Papoose and Remy Ma, they reportedly, he held her down for 6 years while she was locked up. She's reportedly messing with a younger battle rapper right now. Is real love, is that a thing of the past? Because of, you know, it's so easy to get women now. It's so easy on the internet.
It is. Cause I see the nigga with a bunch of dudes. If it's that easy to get women, I see the nigga with a bunch of dudes all the time. Yeah, love still exists. Nothing new is up under the sun, homie. It's just that the people before us was more loyal and committed and got past what they felt. This is a emotionally responsive group of humans. They think what they feel make them right. You have a right to your feelings, but your feelings don't make you right. So most people process their reason and their logic from their emotions, not from facts and what's true. Motherfucker base what they think is logical and reason from what they feel. And no intelligent person does that. No intelligent person does that. They let their feelings subside and then start to try to think. You gotta feel. You gotta think past what you feel. So, man, most niggas know they done cheated too. Man, ain't now nigga, you can't make me believe. Well, yeah, I can. I ain't gonna say that. I got a partner. I had to think. I got a partner named Big C. Hope God rest his soul. He was just murdered. Hold on, when that nigga his girl was in jail. Nigga, we was in a strip club every night. And I was trying to get that nigga to cheat. Goddamn, nigga. And he wouldn't do it. So it's some men out there, they refuse to cheat. They won't cheat. I'm a man who have a desire not to do it. I've done it. I have a desire not to do it. But there's some niggas that have the desire and the actions that don't do it. Right? So, when you look at what he did for her, we don't know they're still in their relationship for her to go get that young nigga dick. And that young nigga dick can be good too now. Them young nigga be on them dreads, fuck along with him there. Got some tricks we can't do. Suck ass, eat, put through all kind of shit. So, nigga, we might be boring after so long. And that young dick thrilling and appealing for that feeling. So, shit, nigga, yeah, they might get back together. Jeezy and the Chinese broad, nigga and Sue Phone, they ain't never got along. They ain't never got along. All they can do is fuck. All they can do is fuck. Because what was released today is that they separating because of cultural differences.
Yeah.
My mother told me, she said, when you have children outside your race, it confuses the kids. They don't know which way to go. It confuses the kid. So, baby, go over here and speak Vietnamese. Come over here and get called little motherfucker. Come on now. Yeah, so, each with his own kind. But we don't know that, don't we? Because we get caught up in our feelings. We don't know each with his own kind.
I mean, but when you see all these separations, it kind of makes you, especially when marriage comes up, it's like, damn, is marriage really a waste of time?
No, hell no. Homie, every nigga, relationships do it. Mama and son do it. Daddy and son break up. Brother and brother break up. Brother and sister break up. Cousin and cousin break up. Co-worker and co-worker break up. Why wouldn't you think you would get into it in your marriage? Dog and human break up. Nigga bad at the dog. Be mean to the dog for 2 weeks.
I'm guilty.
Yeah. Let me mean about never to the dog for 2 weeks. Man, you have trials and tribulations in life. Why wouldn't they be in a relationship? But nigga, I think motherfuckers don't love how they say they love. Cause they be too ready to quit. I don't think motherfuckers love how they say they be loved. They just like fucking.
And they don't make that type of love music no more either. Everything is different.
Because we don't believe in the concept of love no more. We think love is about what you can give. I give you flowers. You give, nigga, love is about what you can take. Nigga, them women who love them niggas took some shit. Some of them niggas were, and so what we do, we look at either or and say, they weak. I wouldn't have did that. You know how strong you gotta be to love somebody till they die? We ain't that strong, my nigga. We a weak group of people. We don't know how strong love is. A motherfucker stay with a nigga just so the kids can have a great life. She love it. Come on, homie. It's some unhappy motherfuckers married right now because they love their kids enough to maintain this life. They fight. Yeah, so somebody got to be willing to make some sacrifices. Two wrongs don't make a right. And that's the problem in our society. Homie, I've been wrong in some situations, and nigga, just the right kind of response that a motherfucker give you, shame you to not want to do it no more. But motherfucker fighting with you, casting you, it's easy to not feel shame. Man, I'm telling y'all, that love is a motherfucker, my nigga. I always reference Claressa Scott King. Homie. As great as Dr. King was, my nigga. He was a whoremongering, cheating dude. They sweep it under the rug, they won't tell us. But I don't look at him, I look at her. As graceful as she was, she never mumbled anything. Never attitude, never nothing. Yeah, that's a different kind of love. And it still exists. I promise it do. Them people still on earth. We just don't go talk to them to see how to love like that. We don't go talk to a woman that's 70 years old that's been married 40 years. We don't even research that kind of shit to go see how do you love like that. Is it even possible? And they'll tell y'all, yeah, girl, he used to be a dirty motherfucker. Woo, woo. It's some instruction on how to love like that. We just know failed relationships from our mamas and daddies. Our aunties and uncles. That's all we know. So that's what we believe. All relationships fail. And I don't believe it. Because I know some people been together 50 years, 60 years.
Yeah, but when you look at the data, African Americans, we have the worst marriage rate. We split up more than divorce with African Americans are higher than any other race.
That's because we shack and move in before marriage. So by the time we get married, we already really don't like each other. By the time two motherfuckers in the black community get married, they already don't like each other because they've been shacking and playing married for 2-3 years. And they hadn't built nothing together. So by the time they get married, they already got some feelings that they harbor, some distrust. They already got it. But they figure, let's go get married. Off of what they feel, not what they know. Off of what they feel. Motherfuckers marry off what they feel, not what they know. I know me and this motherfucker ain't got nothing credit-wise that can build something together, but I'm gonna marry them. Both of us got bad credit. This motherfucker brother keep a job. We ain't got no savings. We know this. But boy, we love each other. You make me feel it. Come on, let's get married. With nothing. How long you think this gonna last? Them feelings. We got to have something else other beside our feelings. That's why in a marriage, you go into a contract. It's a contract. It's like a business.
I knew you was gonna say that.
It's like a business, homie.
Yeah.
And if you look at it like a business, y'all will operate. You will protect the sanctity of it. Other people do. Nigga, we ain't just finna tear this business apart over dick and pussy and feelings. So we gonna crash Amazon business because I'm mad today because I caught you with it. Come on now.
Leave your thoughts in the comments section. Additionally, always keep it locked in with Word on the Street channel for all of the latest news surrounding Finesse 2 times. Finally, stay with us for everything else going on in the world of music and pop culture.
Married in 2008. That's not who this is now. Now he's a wife. Listen, this is what I would like. Papoose, you have my lawyer's information. If you can't afford to retain a lawyer, since your lawyer that the number you gave us has not been retained yet, I told you I'll paper it. If somebody over there that loves you wants to paper it, great. That will make me happy. Everything is signed and ready to go. I don't want nothing. I'm not even asking for child support. My daughter's school, her babysitter, her nanny, her gymnastics, her swimming, her dancing, her healthcare, her all of that. I take care of it like I've always done. I don't need anything. Stop I just don't understand why when every time somebody has something to promote, talk about that. Talk about whatever your endeavor is that you have coming up. It's so easy. It is so, the same publicist that y'all use to push stories out, that's the same publicist that before you walk into the room, you say, hey, anything about Ram, anything about this, I don't want to talk about that. That's it. It never happens. So when people are like, oh, they asked, you can say, don't talk about it. Because I would do that. If I didn't care, I'm like, I don't care what y'all asking me. I say what I want to say. I've been on that before, but when you really don't care, you really not about. You think people don't be trying to ask me stuff? And I'll be like, what? You understand? Let's be clear. Nobody's scared of nobody. All of that tough talk. Nobody. All that tells me that I'm coming at you way different than I come at anybody else. Like nobody. There should be no ill feelings at all. Especially in my advice. My advice was like, hey. If you move on with somebody and that person wants to be with you and y'all planning a family together and all that, you can't come and talk crazy to me. How? Your future kid possibly is going to be related to my kid. What you doing? Stop. You understand what I'm saying? There's no ill feelings on either side. And I'm not emotional. I'm not. Could you please ask him? Because he keeps saying he doesn't have any clothes, but he doesn't really have to come over here and get them. I literally I'm so great. I'm so nice. Look how nice I had this bagged up. I bought these bags off of Amazon. These are good bags. And I packed it so nicely. Hats in one, sneakers in one, jackets in one. I did everything. So it's waiting here. I cleared out this whole area. Everything. Look, this has been here since last year. Like, I'm not stuck. Nobody, there's no hold up. Any hold up is on that side. Nobody took anything from. Y'all don't know. Actually, my ex might be the least income making person that I've ever been with. Ever. Everybody included. Yeah. Shut up. I don't care who brought up what. It's nothing for you to be like, I don't want to talk about that. It's nothing to be like, so before you even start, like, yeah. We not touching on that. Let's talk about what I have coming up. If that's really the case.
First and foremost, everybody who know me let's keep it 100. Everybody who know me, you know I don't do this. I don't do none of this corniness. Can y'all hear me? All right, cool. Everybody who know me, y'all know my style. She came on here claiming that, oh, everybody, I don't do this. Yes, you do. This is exactly the only thing you do. You know what I mean? Normally, I wouldn't even entertain this, but the fact that you mentioned my children, I'm not letting that ride. Since this whole situation happened, everybody know I never said nothing. The only time I said something was the last time when she tried to clout chase with the whole fake thing she tried to put on Instagram before. But ever since this transpired, I never opened my mouth, never said nothing because that's not my style. And also, I would never want to disrespect her. You know what I mean? Actions speak way louder than words. Initially, when it transpired, which was 2022, when she started dealing with the lane. But that wasn't the first time I caught her cheating. I caught her cheating numerous times since she been home. With the lane, the reason, but hold on, let's get to the point. We're gonna get to the lane later. You had the audacity to mention my child, and you had the audacity to mention me not seeing my daughter, when ever since I left, she has not allowed me to see my daughter. She's been straight miserable. I'm gonna say it again. All men out there who ever been through this type of situation, you know how it gets when you're dealing with a miserable individual. She did not allow me to see my daughter since this first transpired at the end of last year. Blatantly, I went to pick my daughter up from school. When I went to pick my daughter up from school, Diamond was picking my daughter up because that's who has my daughter all the time. And that was one of the biggest issues I had with her, because all my daughter know is mommy and daddy. She was raised with both parents. That's all she know from day one, since the womb. Our entire lives has been documented. What goes on with these celebrities is they like when y'all come on their page and y'all like their posts. They like when y'all spend y'all money on their concerts, on their music. They like when y'all make them rich. So y'all become fans and y'all follow the journey of these celebrities for years and years and years, right? As y'all follow the journey of these celebrities, you basically become a part of their life, because you've been following them for 10 years, 15 years sometimes. You've been a fan of a celebrity or artist. But soon as something happens, the first thing they say to the fans is, you don't know me, right? Soon as something get out there bad that they don't want you to know about, the first thing they say is, oh, you don't know my life? Yes, they do. They know y'all know us very well. And the reason why I'm saying that is because don't allow none of these celebrities to fool you. When you hear a rumor that comes out, it's true. We are human, just like y'all, the audience, the supporters, the fans. So now you have a person here who life has been documented for decades through the fans watching us, seeing when she got incarcerated. Watch me visit her every day for a year straight. Watch me bring her 35 pounds of food a month. Watch me hold her down. Watch me in the courtroom getting into altercations with court officers over her. Witness when she came home. Witness me go build the anticipation for her to come out of prison. Had a different artist do a drop every single day. Oh, the queen is coming. The return of the queen. Right? All the fans witnessed this. Witnessed her come home. Witnessed us have the big wedding ceremony. Followed our entire journey. Never trust a celebrity who erased their Instagram. You ever notice I never erased nothing on my page? All you gotta do is scroll down. The same page that she utilized today to lie for an hour straight and tell all these fabricated stories, the same page I created. You know what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there. We'll get back to that later. I went to pick my daughter up from school. There's a young lady who was picking my daughter up from school. And I notified her, hey, I called her, I said, hey, I'm coming to pick her up. I picked up my daughter, gave her a hug, gave her a kiss, show things you do when you see your child. Embrace my child. And I had to go take care of something that day. So after I see my daughter, I just wanted to see her and hug her because everything had been going on. I hadn't seen her in a little while. After I left, I think the next day or next 2 went by, she contacted me. Hey, you haven't seen your daughter since New Year's. I said, excuse me? I just seen my daughter yesterday. I just picked her up from school. What are you talking about? She didn't even know that I seen my daughter. You know why? Because she's never there with my daughter. She is never there with my child. And it's crazy that you have the audacity to open your mouth and say that I hadn't seen my daughter. Not only due to the fact that you didn't allow me to see her, since I finally got tired of your lies, tired of your narcissism and moved on, but the fact that while you was running out here cheating with this lame, not only cheating with this lame, you allowed him to destroy your entire life. You all your money. And I want y'all to know this, because I know a lot of people, I don't want to come across as I'm upset. But you know what? I am upset. You know why I'm upset? Because you mentioned my children. You had the audacity to mention my children, and you had the audacity. Can y'all hear me? Because some people complaining about the audio. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Can you hear me now? If you can hear me, let me know. There's a few people saying they can't hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me. I'm not covering the mic. Y'all saying I'm covering the mic. I let it go now. It's good? Brooklyn Jad in here. Jad, can you hear me? All right, now, yes. Okay, cool. Like I said earlier, for those who just came on the live, everybody who know me, and I'm talking about speaking with my actions, I don't do this. I don't clout chase. I never come on social media talking about anything. Even when I got stabbed in my back. Even when I got stabbed in my back by the person that I moved mountains for, fought battles, did everything, was super loyal to. I still didn't slander you. I still didn't say nothing. I just kept it moving. But you had the audacity to mention my children. So since you want to mention my children, and that I can't let ride. A lot of people like, yo, Pat, that's not you. Don't entertain it. You know what I'm saying? People see through it. She's bitter. She's miserable. Yeah, that's a fact. But you mentioned my children, and that I'm not letting ride. So with that being said, you abandoned my child for days at a time. Knowing she had to go to school the next day, knowing I had to go to work the next day since you want to get up on here and say, oh, you don't have a job. Because you know, when I got the executive position at TuneCore initially, knowing I had to go to work the next day, knowing my daughter had to go to school, you stayed out with the lane. You stayed out with the lane. You want to talk, and you stayed out with the lane while your daughter was crying for you. Tears. Also, she wanted to talk about all of this money talk and all of this and what I don't got and what I got. Since I met her, I have written 90% of the rhymes that came out of her mouth. And with me saying that, I want to say this to y'all. Anyone who has an iPhone, you know how iPhones work. When I was younger, I used to be able to write rhymes in my head, create rhymes in my head, and remember them. Just like that. As time went on, I got a little older, I started to write rhymes in my email draft. Now, if you have an iPhone, you go in your email draft. If anybody come around me, and we're in the flesh next to each other, I can type in any word from one of her songs, and her entire rap will come up. The entire verse will come up. I never asked for a penny. I never asked for credit. She was my wife. I didn't want anything from her. I just wanted to see her win. Like I said, I have written 90% of the rhymes that came out of her mouth since I met her. Y'all said it. Y'all said it numerous times. Oh, we know that's Pat behind that pen. Did I ever agree with y'all? Did I ever put it out there? I never said I wrote her rhymes. I left it. I didn't need the credit. All I wanted her to do was win. Wrote the rhymes, did the contracts, security, the whole shit. So you fabricating these stories, and it's very weird that you're talking all of this money talk, but in your background, it's everything that I bought. All of the utilities are in my name. So all of this fabrication about, oh, he don't pay no bills, oh, he don't do this, he don't do that. If you analyze her live, the whole thing is about all of this money talk. Why? Because she wants y'all to think that she's this big shot. I don't need to come up here and perpetrate no fraud like I'm a big shot, like I'm this and I'm that. For the simple fact that I speak with my actions. you want to talk about black love? Anybody who follow me, they know I've always been pro-black and had knowledge of self since I was a teenager. So I've represented that since I came in the door before I even knew you. Okay? So don't ever talk about black love and what else she said? I gotta remember. So, first and foremost, very bipolar, very delusional. This is a person who will sit in front of you. She will post that live, and she'll say later, I didn't do that. I wasn't on live. You'll be sitting there like, huh? She will say something to you, and 10 minutes later say, I never said that. Very bipolar. And I don't want to talk bad about her, man. That's something that I never wanted to do. That's why when this took place, when she first got caught cheating with the lame, I brought it to her attention. I said, first of all, I couldn't even believe that she would stoop that low because he's such a cornball. Y'all see it, y'all say it yourself. I'm like, there's no way it's this nigga. Because I'm trying to figure it out. Like, damn, who is this nigga? Because, we were living a normal, peaceful life, raising our child like we planned to, and she started to move real strange. So in the process of her moving strange, it became stranger and stranger, worse and worse. So I said, damn, I got to see what's going on. What the hell is going on? I started to do my research. As I did my research, I found out she was cheating with the lame. So once I find out, I brings it to her attention. I said, mind you, I didn't knock him out because he slept with my wife. Like I told y'all before, the reason I knocked him out was because he shook my hand and then slept with my wife. It's a difference. But let me tell y'all this. So I bring it to her attention that I found out that she's sleeping with the lame. She tells me, him? Why him? Why him out of all people? Not Goods? Not Hitman? My word is my bond is my life. I should give my life before my word shall fail. This was her exact words. Him? Why would I deal with him? I said, Rem, I know you're dealing with the lame. I know it. First and foremost, how it first fell on my radar that she was cheating with the nigga, he was running his mouth and it came back to me. They said, yo, Pap, this nigga out here telling niggas he fucking your wife. I said, word. So I did a little bit more research, connect a couple more dots, I finds out. She tells me this. Okay, I finds out. Mind you, it's not the first time she cheated. You know what I mean? I continued the marriage because I live by my wedding vows. I try to live by my wedding vows. Richer for poor, sicker for health. Sickness and health, you know what I'm saying? Better for worse, or death do us part. So you try to work through things. Anybody out there who's married, y'all understand. So I found out she cheating with the lame. I bring it to her attention. Of course, we have an altercation, like basically argument back and forth or whatever transpired, right? Okay. She decides, and I decide that we're going to go to therapy. But she brings it to my attention, to be honest. She said, I think we should do therapy. I said, okay. Even though I'm private and I don't like to speak to people about my personal business, that was a very, very difficult thing for me to do. But I said, you know what? Let's do the therapy. We go to the therapist. The therapist's first question is, do you guys want a divorce or do y'all want to work it out? Me and her both said we want to work it out. So when she comes on live and say, we haven't slept in the bed since 2022, and to make it seem like and fabricate a story, like we had some agreement, you such a liar. There was no agreement. When I found out you was with the lame, you denied it. You shitted on him. Basically said, yo, why would I be with him? Why do you think I would be with him? And then you wanted to go to therapy. So check it out now. Check it out. So when we go to therapy, the therapist says, do y'all want to get a divorce or do y'all want to work it out? Me and her both said we want to work it out. I'm going to be honest. Because honestly, I didn't want to not live under the same roof as my 5-year-old. I love all my kids the same, but when you have children, and everyone knows that about me. Everybody who know me, y'all know my character. Y'all know her character. Very rude, very disrespectful, not just to me, to everyone. But that speaks volumes. I didn't want to we planned to raise her with both parents. That was the plan. So I did not want to not live under the same roof with my little girl. I was there from the moment she came out of the womb, and I intended, and I always told her, I want to be there to the moment we take her to her prom. When she graduates high school, college, get her degrees, I want to be there to take my daughter to her prom. And I told her that. So I never wanted to leave from under the roof of my baby. That's why I stayed around for this nonsense. And I don't want to go away from the point. Okay, so we did the therapy. The therapist gave us that option. We both said we want to work it out. She said, this is the plan. I'm going to give y'all a plan to work it out. She said, Pap, because like I told y'all previously, once I seen that she was cheating, like she was moving real strange, I'm talking about leaving for hours at a time. Every time I questioned it, it was a lie, just strange behavior. So once I noticed that she was moving strange, I started to do my research. So the therapist said, because she told the therapist, mind you, she got all these lies to y'all about me. The only thing she told the therapist was, oh, he doesn't trust me. He's going to keep looking behind me and trying to, find out what I'm doing. But the only reason why I was looking behind her is because she was moving strange. So I agreed to, not show distrust or whatever. And the therapist told her, Remy, since you're saying that it's only business with this dude moving forward, but y'all have a last event coming up, after this event, you're going to cut all ties with this individual. This is what the therapist said. She said, Pat, because I told Rem back then, before I even clipped him, I said, when I catch son, I'm putting him down. I'm putting him down. He violated, you know what I'm saying? And what I noticed, when I found out, I noticed that every time me and her stepped out and made an appearance, he'd go post on his gram, do little sucker shit. He'll go make a post on his story about us. So I'm watching this. Mind you, y'all, I'm not saying nothing the whole time. I know this nigga sleeping with my wife, but I ain't saying nothing. Feel me? I'm like, I'm gonna be quiet. I ain't saying nothing. Son doing sucker shit on the gram. That's cool. I ain't paying that no mind. We go to therapy. The therapist come up with the plan. We put the plan together. The therapist said she has this event coming up at Sony Hall, which was the battle between him and Hitman. She said, you can go to the event, right? But don't knock him. Don't do nothing to this individual. She said, I said, I'm going to go to the event. I'm going to fall back. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do nothing. After the event, she's supposed to leave the dude alone. Right? I go to the, hold on a second, man. Give me 1 second. I don't know what to do. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second, y'all. Second, y'all. Okay, back to the subject of the matter. So I go to the event. It's the battle with him and Hitman. Everybody there. Everybody remember that event. Y'all notice I never came on the stage, right? Never came on the stage. Stayed in the crowd. Fell back. Watched the entire little week battle, whatever. You know what I'm saying? On his behalf, because he trash. Watch him do his little trash battle. You know what I'm saying? So as I'm watching it, I never did nothing. When we left the battle, I went home with my daughter. She went home with the lame. Went home with the lame. Okay. She came home. She went home with the lane, stayed out all night, came home probably like the next morning. When she came home, after that, the baby is there. I ain't tripped. Kept it moving, kept raising my daughter, kept it pushing. A couple days go by, things a little peaceful around the crib. I reach out to the therapist, let her know what transpired. We went to the event, everything was everything. After those couple days, me, her, and my daughter, we all sleep in the same room. We go to bed. I'm saying it's bedtime. We sleep together in the same bed every night. As we sleeping in the bed, I fall asleep. My daughter's in the middle of us. So it's 2 beds in our room now at this time because she started doing weird things around the crib or whatever. So me, her, and my daughter in the same bed. It's another bed over there. I wake up. It's just me and my daughter in the bed. So I get up. I see her in the other bed. So I go over to the other bed. And as I go to the other bed, I notice that her phone is on. When I pick up the phone, I see the lame on the phone. You know what I'm saying? I said, okay. She on the phone with the lame. So after that, I woke her up. Hey, what's going on? This what you doing in here? This what we doing? She started lying again, fabricating, this, that, and the third. Long story short, she kept cheating with the lame. Okay. Move forward from that. Another battle comes up. The lane not on the card. He's not on the card. It's just another event. But mind you, like I told y'all previously, I'm there for my daughter. I'm there being a father. I'm not going to allow this situation to take me away from my child. So what I did was kept raising my daughter. Even though I know that she's a narcissist, very contradictory, very bipolar, I said, you know what? I'm going to keep raising my daughter. I'm not going to let this situation to remove me from under the roof of my child. I kept raising my daughter, take my daughter to school every single day, doing everything a father's supposed to do. In the process of me raising my daughter, another event is coming up later on down the line. The lane is not on the card. Okay. She has the event. I'm going to the event because I go to all the events. I'm going to the event, but I'm hoping the lane ain't there. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to have to really put my hands on him. Cool. I'm getting dressed. She leave. They start the event. I'm still at the crib. I get dressed. I go to matter of fact, I can't even put that out there. Anyway, let me just say this. I found out the lane was there. I said, she gotta be kidding me, man. I done told you I'm gonna put this nigga down and you bring him to the event. I done told you numerous times when I catch this nigga, I'm gonna put him down. Mind you, I finds out she got an apartment 40 minutes away from our crib where she lays up with the lane, leaves and say she's going to work, leaves, say she's going to do this and do that, but she goes to the crib. I've been there. I can actually give y'all the address. So she got this. She got another crib, and shout to. I don't even want to put this nigga under the bus, man. But this another individual who was married and got a crib not too far from the home of his family. But I ain't gonna put him out there. But she did the same thing, which was weirdo shit. So anyway, I go to the event. Now I already know I'm coming there. I'm putting this nigga down. I'm gonna be honest with you. Truthfully, I really wanted to really hurt him. But I decided at the last minute. I said, you know what? I'm gonna just put my hands on this nigga. I get to the.
All right, so I know that some of you don't even agree with Charleston White because there's some things he says and you be like, nah, yeah, I don't agree with that. But on this particular situation, I totally agree with Charleston White. Now, you almost understand what's going on with Papoose and Remy Ma. Now, Remy knows that she's about to lose a good man. Yeah, this is Word on the Street channel, man. Make sure you all smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Now, Remy already knows that she's about to lose a good man. And she's not comfortable with that, bruh. Now, trust me, she's effing with another dude. And she knows the volume of sacrifices and all that crazy stuff that Papoose has done for her. Now, she really understood that. And she is flashing back memories and knowing truly well that nobody was there for her when she was locked up, except from Papoose, man. Papoose was a good man. There's like a man who really want to be with a woman and not cheat on the woman and be faithful and come out for you, sacrifice a lot for you and all that stuff, bruh, making you good. Now, there is so many men on earth that are not like Papoose, bruh. And Remy already knows that the dude that she's effing with right now is not like Papoose, bruh. And I know that she's definitely missing all that Papoose love, bruh. Now, that's a crazy situation. And Charleston White already understood that. And that's why he's speaking on this situation, because he knows that the only thing that Remy can do at this point is to sign the papers. Now, she's on the internet talking crazy because she knows that she can't even sign those papers, bruh. Now, because she knows that, okay, cool, I wouldn't get a second chance, right? This dude is gone. Now, he's about to get married to the lady over there doing her boxing career and all that stuff, right? Now, Remy already knows all that. And it's all crazy to her right now. And I understand what she's going through, bro. Because at the end of the day, what do you want to do? You can't do nothing, right? Papoose is gone. You were over there cheating on Papoose and all that crazy stuff, right? Papoose was letting it go, right? And you were busy cheating. Now Papoose is gone. Now you're mad. Sign the papers. The divorce papers, bro. And Remy couldn't sign the papers. That's a woman who is bitter. That's a woman, who is regretting her actions. Now, we get to regret our actions in life, right? It's something that we all do, right? You do some crazy shit like that, you get to regret and all that crazy stuff. But at the end of the day, man, the wages of sin is death, right? When you do some crazy stuff, you have to suffer the consequences, right? Nobody's coming to save you. Now, nobody's coming to save Remy. And Charleston already understood that, right? Papoose is a good man. If you lose that man, you really lost a good man, right? Papoose is not like these other rappers. He's not like all these other male musicians and all these people that, cheat on their wife and cheat on their girlfriends and all that crazy stuff. This man is built differently. Bruh, that's like 2% in the world. So that's something you don't want to lose. That's something you don't want to, F around with, right? That's a good man. And Remy lost it, right? Remy is like crying right now. Trust me, she's crying right now. She knows it, bruh. If you have ever been around people that cheat, whenever they get in any situation with the person they're cheating on and they know that this person is actually a good person, what happens is that these people start feeling bad, they start crying, they start doing all that crazy stuff because they already know that they lost, right? They lost. And they will just try to blame you. And that's what Remy is doing to Papoose right now. Remy is blaming Papoose for what she did. And that's really not fair, bruh. That's really not fair. She shouldn't be doing that, right? She shouldn't be doing that. That's not fair, right? It's crazy. But let me know what y'all think, man. Because at this point, I kind of like all the energy that is going on right now because so many people are going to learn. If you have a good woman, make sure you don't mess around, bruh. If you have a good man, make sure you don't mess around because, bruh, everybody out there is not going to be like her. Everybody out there is not going to be like him. And that's just the way it is, right? And, these people really made us believe in love and all that crazy stuff, bruh. But at the end of the day, man, love not scam, bruh. Yeah, that's what my people say over here in Nigeria, bruh. Love is scam. Trust me. It's crazy. You believe that? Yeah. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section.